You're watching the best version of you.
Hey folks, Sir Charles Carey here with another episode of what used to be What's Your Come Up Story. And now it's all about the best version of you. Now here's how it's going to work. Honestly, sometimes we'll have some online conversations where everything is basically being streamed, and that will probably be the What's Your Come Up Story format. In other situations, we will have conversations with people from the perspective of an online or on-site discussion. You know, we may be at the Gaylord, we may be in New York, we may be in Virginia, wherever we may be at the time, but that will probably be a conversation that centers itself around the best version of you. So I hope you are able to enjoy the switching of our process, our format, doing things a little bit differently. And but yet, we still want to bring value. So with that being said, that's how the two platforms work with one another. Right now, we're entering the fourth season of the best version of you, which can be seen on Roku TV. And what we've done is we have brought some of the best in their respective areas of focus. And, you know, we just decided to allow them to tell how they made it to where they are. You know, what are the high points? What are the low points? Where did they start from? Things of that nature. And tonight is like all the others. We want to dig deep dive into their lives. However, here we're only going to give you a portion because, excuse me, because we want you to be able to enjoy the full experience with not just today's guests, but with future guests as well as with past guests. And that can be viewed the entire episode. Those episodes can be viewed on Roku TV. If you have Roku TV, or if you have the ability to get Roku on your smart TV, all you have to do is log into your personal profile and look for the best version of you, and you will see scores of insightful information from professionals in different levels and different industries, and they're going to share with you how they got where they are. And that's the whole point of the program. The point of the program is to let you know you can do it too. If you've fallen off your horse and you need to get back, you can do it. If you've never decided to ride and be amongst those that are jostling for a position in a particular industry called being an entrepreneur, you can do it. There's no such thing as it's too late, I'm too old, well, I'm retired now. Well, all those things may be true, but guess what? You can still do it. So tonight, we're going to talk to a thespian. And if you don't know what a thespian is, hold on to your hat because we're going to share exactly who and what this particular thespian is and how he has done what he's done. He's known as Brother Malcolm, mostly here in the DMV, but he travels and he shares his art, and you're going to see exactly why we decided to have a conversation with him. So sit back, relax, or grab a pen and paper, whatever it is that you like to use when you want to grow yourself, and check out this conversation I had with no one other than Derek Johnson, also known as Brother Malcolm. We'll be right back, and please enjoy this conversation.
You're watching the best version of you.
I miss you. It's been such a long time.
Hey folks, Sir Charles Carey here with another episode of The Best Version of You. Today is like many of the others. A good friend that I've known for quite some time has done many things, and we're going to explore some of those things and what has got him to where he is today. I'm speaking about no one other than Derek Johnson, also known as Brother Malcolm. Hey man, what's going on?
Hey man, how you doing, bro?
Good to see you, man. Glad you come out. There's a lot to cover, so if it's okay with you, let's just jump right in.
I know.
Now, you're a part of the DMV?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now, you have a long history, man. I know
from previous conversations that we've had, and also from things I've learned over the years. You were a military cat.
Yes, Marine.
Marine.
Yes.
Leatherneck.
Yes.
The real deal. Hoorah.
Hoorah.
Look, I don't even have the right thing to go hoorah because I was not a military person. Everyone in my family was except for me.
Okay.
But what was that experience like for you?
Well, I mean, when I got out of high school, I didn't have much direction, and I was boxing. I started boxing at a very young age. I started boxing at 15. And, I was competing in the D.C. metropolitan area. And one of my favorite boxers back in the day was Ken Norton, who was all Marine Corps boxer. And I had an uncle who boxed. And so, like I said, I didn't have much direction. I graduated, I worked a few little retail jobs. And I said, you know what? I'm doing the Marine Corps to box. And lo and behold, I went through boot camp, went to school, and I went out for the Young Marine Corps boxing team, and I made it. So I was able to achieve my goal.
What was your weight class?
Welterweight, 147.
Okay, and did you stay there the entire time?
Yes.
Okay. And you won a couple of championships or
I
awards?
went to I would say this. I did a lot of tournaments, but I did go to the Olympic trials in 1988.
Nice.
I made it to the semifinals of the Eastern Olympic trials. The way they make the Marine Corps team, not the Marine Corps team, but the Olympic team. They had the best fighters from the East Coast fight, the best fighters from the West Coast fight, and the champions from the East, the champions from the West. I made it to the semifinals on the East Coast. So I made the Eastern Olympic trials.
Now let me tell you the benefit of that. As if you don't know, I played for a team playing basketball as a kid.
Okay, so you understand?
We lost every single game. That's not the benefit.
Okay.
Of course, I felt ridiculed, which you obviously did better as it relates to boxing. But the point is, I was a part of something that thousands upon thousands of kids never get to do or experience.
That's true.
So whether you were a champion or not, you still did something and you made a mark in your life that thousands of young men would probably love to do many times over.
Yes.
So, I commend you on not just being an ordinary cat, as we used to say back in the days.
Right.
So after your boxing time was over, your career was over, or you left the Marines, what did you go on to do from that point?
Well, I went on to fight professionally for a little while. So
Did you?
Yeah, I fought professional for about 5 years.
Okay.
Yeah.
How did that work out?
It was up and down because I'll say this. I didn't realize things about my life then that I know now. One thing that I'm really pleased about is that we take mental health more seriously in our community, especially our community. Because at one time, and I'm going to tell you what I used to think, that you talk about therapy and all that stuff, that's stuff white people do. Just make it plain. I'm not trying to be anything but be honest. And I was married to the mother of my children. She would always talk to me about, Derek, you want to see a therapist, because as a fighter, you're bred to be aggressive and mean. But I come from a very rough upbringing.
How so?
Well, all the men in my family were really just hardcore. There was no "I love you" or "I better next time."
Hey, that's what
it
it was back in the
That's the way
day.
it was. That's the way it was.
Well, you better not cry.
You better not cry. Yeah, right. And you notice that.
You better man up.
Little girls are,
Sugar and spice and everything's nice.
They're consoled when they hurt. When that little boy hurts, you probably just snap upside his head and say, "You gotta shut up," and then you better not cry. So that's the way I was real. So, coming up in the 70s, early 80s, I smoked weed. I smoked a lot of weed. And so trying to be a fighter, drinking, smoking, they don't mix. And at the time, it was kind of like escapism. And so I kept hitting the glass ceiling as far as my athletic ability. And I didn't realize that fully until after my career ended. So I retired. Matter of fact, my baby girl was like 5 years old. And I used to take them to the gym with me. At that time, one was 5, the other was something like 11 or 12. And I remember this particular day, I was going through a lot of emotional stuff. And I took a pretty good beating that particular day in the ring. When I came out of the ring, my little girl said, "Daddy, you must be hitting me." And that just touched me in a way that made me finally walk away from the game, knowing that that was a pivotal moment.
You know, I would not, I mean, I know you're a man of faith. I would not doubt that that was a way of God reaching you through your daughter.
Yes.
Because you could be good at something, you could be the best at something, but everything has a time limit.
Yes.
And there's times when we should all shift or transition.
Yes.
And I think I would have been affected or impacted the same way that you were had my child said that to me, honestly. Because, I mean, life is about evolving.
Right.
And there's different tiers for different things, different levels for different aspects of our lives. So after your boxing career, you know, when I came to know you, you're a playwright, you're a poet, you know, I mean, you've done so many things, you know, you've written a book. I mean, so basically, by being a playwright, you already were an author. But my point is, you've done a lot of other things since those days. And since those days, I believe, what
A&A provides superior book services for all your book needs. A family business with over 40 years of fast, easy, and affordable book printing experience. Why trust us? We have experience and passion for serving authors who need help creating, printing, and selling their books. Call us 813-886-0065.
What are we gonna do?
Unique Care, known and proven. Our products are designed to keep you balanced and fresh. Made to hydrate and moisture dry skin. www.uniquecare.com. Join us for breakfast, join us for lunch. Anytime is fine at the Real Milk and Honey. Order online, come in for Sunday brunch, join us for lunch. Don't forget to visit the bar. Anytime is fine. The options are endless at the Real Milk and Honey, 4531 Telfair Boulevard, Suitland, Maryland, 20746. The Real Milk and Honey, Eatery and Bar.
got you into writing plays?
Well, really, you know, you actually, after I woke from that moment with my daughter told me, she asked me to stop boxing. I was also going through a divorce. And it was a very low kick period. And my ex-wife, she said, "Joe, you gotta start to write." You know, she gave me a journal. And my little ego said, "I keep no damn diary." You know, we didn't call it a journal back in the day.
Sure.
Yeah. And so I began to really write. And my journaling became my conversation with God. And as you said it earlier, that, you know, with God's way of moving us in a different direction. As I began to articulate the things I felt from my childhood, the things I had never really confronted, but when I put it on paper, that's when I really began to see something. You know, you mentioned it earlier, evolving. That's the name of my first book, Evolution. You know, it was really me evolving, you know. And I realized I had to do something different in my life. And from journaling, you know, my current ex-wife said to me, "Derek, you know, you have a lot to offer. You ought to really think about writing." So the journaling became that book. Ultimately became that book. And through it, you know, I discovered the creative spirit that's always been in me. You know, they say that a mother always knows things about their child that maybe the child doesn't even realize. My mother used to always say to me, she said, "Derek, God didn't bless you and knock upside your head or boxing." She said, "You've been blessed with a tremendously creative talent." I never really began to exercise it until I began to journal.
So when you started journaling, how did that lead to the idea of doing poetry and then being a playwright or screenwriter? Playwright.
But see, that's what I'm saying. I led to poetry because the creative part. Because the way I express myself, I've always expressed myself in a creative way. And I've always been a community person, you know, trying to really inspire young men especially. And the way I was articulating things in my journaling, it spoke to me. And I said, you know, we got a lot of people who feel this way. At that time, when my marriage broke up, I ended up in Intervision Spiritual Life Center, which was Yana Van Zant's place. Used to be in, what was it then?
Was it up in Marlboro?
It was in Silver Spring
Okay.
at that time, yeah. It was in Silver Spring at that time. And I never forget this. I was driving through Silver Spring and I saw this building that said Intervision Spiritual Life Center, and that spoke to me in a way. And I walked in and I got a chance to meet Yana Van Zant and some of her team. And that just changed my life completely. So I got involved in a lot of centers there. Her husband at the time became my mentor. And I got involved in working with men's groups. And I got to a group called Men on the Move. And I was still journaling, but it also gave me a place to open up and really began to share what was on Eric's heart.
So, when you started doing poetry, I know you hit the circuit, you were at 80s Art Gallery,
Yeah.
you would come out work at Wednesday, you would go to different places to, recite your poetry and
Right.
stuff like that. But, what was your first play?
Well, see, when I started doing poetry, I wasn't ever a real big poetry guy. I mean,
Neither was I. I did it.
I did it,
but it
I had
wasn't
a bigger
really my
vision.
forte.
I had a bigger vision, which was putting plays together. That was
Right.
my bigger vision.
Right. So
And-
what was the first one you did?
In the Name of Love.
In the Name of Love.
The first play was really about. I was out dancing one night. I saw a guy do something, proposing to his wife that I thought was unique in the middle of the club. I said, man, if I ever get married again, I'm going to do something unique. And at the time, I was doing a lot of writing. So I wrote this little play, which is about it was really about my journey of losing love, learning how to love yourself, and it was like a poetic-driven drama that I named In the Name of Love because it was all about love. And at the end, I proposed to my wife.
Okay.
I proposed to Cameo.
I think I saw the proposal online in his art gallery or someplace.
Where it was at, that's why I did it. My first play was at his art gallery.
But you've done that play at other locations.
Yeah, I've done that
many
times.
times.
Yeah, I've done, yeah. So
But I saw the first one.
Yeah, I had to change it up because we were married. So that was my first play, and actually, I didn't, I did it. It was successful. I said, wow, that's something here.
Maybe you should send that to Tyler. Maybe you can do something with that. Tyler Perry will probably load that up for you.
I was trying to.
Tyler, if you're watching, check him out. Check him out. In the Name of Love.
And it was unique because so many people was inspired by that. And since then, I've said to myself, I've been married now for 13, 14 years. 13 years, it's been time is flying. And I said I want to revisit that. And now, Derek and Cameo as, really
You should.
mix. Really, this is showing like the proposal.
The results
of where we started at.
So how many plays have you written?
Quick 3.
Okay, and now, I know you've done a lot. You were a pugilist, as we say, trying to sound smart, boxer.
That's good, these callers.
For more information on these topics or presenters, go to our Facebook page.